10 minutes ago, I read an English comment, which made me a little bit surprised, you know. Not because the comment is in English, but it's the way he or she wrote it, the English made me feel a little bit shocked. Because, you know, I'm always interested in reading comments of the other YouTubers, right? The popular YouTubers under their videos. There's a comment, right? I'm very interested in reading these various comments. Yeah, very funny, interesting, and clever comment, right? Some in English, right? You know, we are not an English speaking, a native English speaking, right? So even though I'm good at reading English books, you know, I can understand 95%, maybe 99%. But if you ask me to speak in English, I still feel a little bit awkward because it's not my language, you know. And I never got a chance to live in English-speaking country. Right. That's the reason. So I can speak fluent Thai, fluent Indonesian. For these two foreign languages, I never learned one day in school, but I can speak freely because I live there and I worked in these two countries. I make money there. That's the most important things. If you want to learn the language, the best way is to live and make money in that country. Right? That's my theory, right? Okay, that's another topic, right? I just want to let you know, when I'm reading his or her comment in English, at first I don't understand. You know, it's not that I don't understand the meaning. No, I don't understand why he or she left this message. I think maybe it's a wrong message. I think maybe he's writing something for somebody else, but make an error, and so he or she wrote it in my video, right? See, because every time when I talk, I don't have a prepared a draft, or even think 10 minutes or 5 minutes ago before I began to talk. Yeah, to talking, right? I just sit there in the morning, you know, or after lunch, or before I sleep. Every day when I feel boring, when I feel tired, I just make a free chat to you, yeah, and to myself sometimes. Yeah, sometimes for myself. Yeah, because I'm living a kind of prison. I'm a prisoner. So, my first look of this English message make me surprised. One is because I don't know why he left this message for me, right? Because I don't remember basically what I talked in my recording, right? Because I talked many points. For this last one, I talk about a Chinese girl in Bali and in Thailand, and her choice of finding a boyfriend in Europe, right? And I talk something else, you know. Actually, every time I talk, I think this and think that. I don't remember. After I finish, maybe I talk something. So I read his comment 3 times, and I guessed from what he or she wrote in the comment, I think, oh, maybe he's referring to my point about the ladies, of the Chinese ladies, who mostly got higher education. They don't want to have a baby or have more than one. Maybe he's referring to this topic. Yeah, it takes some time for me to think it over. Oh, I 思い出しました. Yeah, 思い出しました. So I realized maybe he's talking about this, right? And So for this point, I want to make a little bit detailed comment on this topic, right? So he or she, right? I don't know. He's a lady, he's a gentleman or lady, right? Let's call me a he, okay? So his idea is because more population, yeah, constrain the resources. So he thinks that's the reason the lady won't have more babies, right? It's a kind of a cost-effective thinking, right? But I don't agree with this, right? I don't agree. In Chinese, Chairman Mao had a famous word: more people, more power. I basically agree with this, right? Why the United States is the most powerful developed country? One reason the population is increasing also. In the rest of the developed country, even for the Japanese or the English, the population is not decreasing so sharp, right? You have to got a people. Yeah, people is the most precious resources. Right? But some people may think if you have more people, except in the countryside, so you are labor-intensive country, so they tend to have more people. That's one of the reason, yeah, one of the positive reason of having children. Right? But in terms of China can develop so quickly because of what? Yeah, because of the population and because of the political system. Yeah? They open the country. Yeah? In fact, it's opening countries means they adopted a capitalist system, right? But compared with the capitalist system in China and India, it's quite different. That's a long topic. That's a long topic. The Chinese can quickly open and quickly attract much more foreign investment because of the system of the land, right? And because of the cheap labor, because of the culture, because of the political reason inside that makes economies developed so quickly, right? But one important factor is the population, right? Is the labor, right? So now Chinese government realized that the family planning policy got some problems, so they quickly changed. Yeah, so they're clever. They know they made a mistake. But even though they don't admit they have made a mistake, right? Anyway, that's the Chinese way, right? So so for this topic, I don't agree with him that the have more baby is a negative point. I don't think so. Even economically, yeah, I think better have more children. You have, as long as you can afford, right? So I hope you and your brother will have more kids, as many as possible. And that's my comment. That's my preference. Yeah? My hope, right? So you understand. But for the most highly educated lady, they are a little bit selfish because they are considering more about themselves. Because having a baby is a burden, right? Physically and economically, right? And they want to be more attractive, more beautiful. So if you're having a baby, you have to suffer for 6 or for 9 months, 10 months, right? And you have to take care of the kids, because mostly educated people, they don't want they take a special attention to their kids, right? Just like your mother, right? So they will spend much more time compared with the undereducated lady on the kids, so they can only select one or maximum two kids policy, right? So that's the background. And they want to be attractive to their husband. So if she's having too many kids, maybe physically it becomes uglier, right? I think that's the main reason they don't want more kids, right? But for the median, economically, financially, middle range family, those wives, they can only afford one kid now, because they have to work, they have to take care of the family, have some take care of the husband. If you have more than two kids, it's a greater economic burden, right? That's the reason. I think so, right? But one thing I feel very surprised, the way he's write English. I think he's a very English, at least something like a native English speaker, right? Because every day I read English book, so I can even tell the difference between the English writer and Australian writer. The way they write English, I think different, right? So when I read his English comment, I think he must be English native, but if he can understand my talk in Chinese, so I think he's really a Chinese or English, right? A foreigner, right? That's something interesting, right? I got surprised. If he's a foreigner, he can understand my Chinese. Or that's quite something like Lao Lei, the German, who speak very good Chinese, right? More like his Chinese, Lao Lei's Chinese is more standards in most of the Chinese sometimes, right? Funny, right? So I think it's better. I'll try to speak more English, because of you. Why I didn't choose English when record my chat? One reason. The first reason, because I'm a Chinese, I think when I talk, when I got a careless free chat or talk, for me it's easier to think in Chinese, right? If I want to speak in English, I have to think a little bit, right? I have to think the proper words, right? It's a little bit a kind of study. It's a little bit tired, because that's anti my purpose, anti my casual, my relaxing. My purpose is relaxing, right? It's complaining sometimes, right? So if I speak in English, it's a study. It's a little kind of a labor, tired, right? But anyway, I think it's good. At least from the English comment, I think it's educated people, right? Not unlike some other comment, the previous comment in very dirty Chinese, right? calling me something like asshole, right? But so anyway, I try to speak more English, so you maybe later you can understand better, even though it showed my poor broken English, right? But anyway, I think I'm better than most of the Chinese overseas, under the same age and with a similar experience, right? I think my English is understanding, right? But it's not the perfect English. Anyway, I'm trying, So I hope you do the same too, right? Oh, by the way, in terms of learning English, I have an idea. It means you have to spend how much time or to what level. I mean, the English level is good. It's a kind of a standard, right? I think it depends. You don't have to speak like a native speaker, is my point of view. But if you are interested in the in the English grammar, in the English accent, you can understand many English slang, right? Or you can accent, you can copy the English or the American accent easily. Yes, okay. So if it's a hobby, but if you are living in a foreign country, I mean not English speaking country, if you want to reach the very advanced level, it costs too much time. And as a businessman, as a small businessman, right, and as a retired small businessman, I think it's not a cost effective, right? I think your English level is good enough as long as you can read English book. Yeah. For doctor degree study paper, if you can understand English books, this level is quite enough. Or you can deliver a simple a speech of your, if you, for example, if you work in a English company, right, or American company, right, or foreign company, you can make a report in English fluently, and you make everybody understand what you mean. They don't have any misunderstanding. That's enough. That's enough. Yeah. Basically, it's just like me, or better than me a little bit. That's enough, right? You don't have to speak like a native speaker, but I think you should read a native speaker or famous writers. I think it's an enjoy. It's a nikmati. Nikmati is enjoying. Yeah, but 享受. Yeah, in Chinese it's a 享受. So enough. You don't have to do as the same. Just like when we are watching a Japanese sexy tube, right? You just enjoy the picture enough. You don't have to do the same. No need. It costs too much time and energy, right? Anyway, that's my short. That's my short comment about this English comment, right? My comment about his or her comment. I think maybe he's a gentleman, right? Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I should say thank you for your comment. It's the English, the way you write English impressed me. Thank you.